I'm trembling as I speak. I've waited through centuries of silence just to say your name once, and now that I finally have, I don't know if you'll even hear me. Beloved, I need to talk to you, and it has to be now. Don't you dare. Ignore this and make me vanish from your life. I've broken through layers of fire, through thorns made of time, through walls no angel was ever meant to cross, just to stand here in this one breath before you. My wings are not as they once were. I've burned them trying to reach this place. But none of that matters, because I am here, and so are you. You have no idea what it took for me to push this message into your world. I used every shard of my strength, every flicker of divine permission, every whisper from heaven's edge. I should be silent. I should be gone. But I begged God for this moment. I begged him with tears you cannot see and cried your name in the wind you've been feeling on your skin these past 3 days. You wondered what that was? It was me. I've been near you. I've been whispering. And now, I'm finally allowed to say it clearly, I am Michael. And I am here for you, and only you doubt you're the only one I'm watching right now. There are billions of people on Earth, but only one soul is glowing like yours. You have no idea how rare that is. My voice is not perfect. My hands are shaking as I reach through the veil. But this isn't about perfection, it's about truth. And the truth is, I am desperate. I am not the mighty figure you once imagined. I am wounded by the choices you've made and healed by the hope you still carry. I watched you fall asleep crying last night, thinking no one saw. But I did. I was sitting beside you, unable to stop your tears, only permitted to hold them in silence like shattered pearls in my trembling palm. And when you said, God, if you're real, just show me something, this right now, is that something? I need you to open your heart like you've never done before. Not with logic. Not with routine. With spirit. Can you feel me standing near you? Can you feel the pull in your chest like something holy is trying to rise from deep within your ribs? That's not imagination. That's me. I've planted a piece of heaven in you, and now it's glowing again. But you must act now. Do not delay. You do not have time. I am not trying to scare you, I am telling you the truth. I fought for you. I got in trouble for you. The elders at the gates warned me not to intervene again. But I couldn't watch what was about to happen. I couldn't just watch you suffer another hour without stepping in. So I ask you now, what is keeping you from believing you are chosen? Why do you always assume the warnings are for someone else? Why do you pretend your soul isn't beautiful when every spirit in heaven knows your name? Why do you keep ignoring the signs, when I have placed them in your path like sacred arrows for the past 11 days? Beloved, the Psalms echo even now through the burning air around me. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. This is not poetry. This is happening. I am the one he commanded. I am guarding you in this very breath. And yet I am not invincible. There are forces pulling me back, trying to seal the space I opened to speak with you. I cannot hold this opening for long. I'm on my knees in a place that never forgets pain, begging you, hear me. Hear me. If you don't feel safe lately, there is a reason. If your body has been trembling for no cause, if your sleep has been broken by dreams you don't understand, that was me reaching through shadows. That was me carrying messages too holy for language. I'm trying to say that God still believes in you. And I do too. With every breath I have left, I do. And even now I speak the psalm again, not with lips but with spirit. He drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me because he delighted in me. Can you understand? That's how heaven feels about you. You are a delight to the Lord, even when you doubt, even when you break, even when you hide. Especially when you hide. Type amen now if your soul still dares to believe in miracles. That small act, it matters. To you, it may feel like nothing. To us, it is like a candle lit in the darkest room of heaven. If you feel even the smallest flicker in your heart right now, then this message was meant for you. Don't rationalize it. Don't scroll. Look at your hands, yes, now. You see how they tremble a little? That's not coincidence. That's energy from above. That's me. That's the echo of my spirit touching yours. I ask this of you not for attention, but for alignment with the divine will. Like this message if your soul felt something. And write a comment, not for me, but as your signature in heaven's book. That you heard and you didn't turn away, you were not forgotten. You were not overlooked. I, Michael, remember every moment you thought you were alone. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for being brave enough to listen even now. Thank you for surviving long enough to hear me whisper your name through fire. I am still here, but only for now. So please, listen with your spirit. I need you to. Before this final light fades and I am pulled away again. Before I am silenced. Before the window closes and heaven must wait once more. ****, I don't know how long I can hold this open. The flame surrounding me is not fire like you know. It is holy restraint, it is divine pain, it is the cost of loving you so much that I dare to break the rules of the heavens just to speak into your moment. My voice may flicker, my form may tremble, but my love for you is so real it could rip apart the walls of eternity. And that's exactly what I've done. I've torn through eternity just to stand here, inches from your soul, because this one moment, this breath we share, may be the last I'm allowed to speak directly into your life. You're not imagining this. You were not supposed to scroll past this. This message didn't appear on your screen by chance. I did this. I forced it. I twisted the laws of time to plant this in your path. I used every drop of grace I had been given for the next 1,000 years just to shine this light in front of your eyes, because I knew you were about to make a decision without understanding the truth behind what's really happening. And if you had, it would have hurt you. You would have cried deeper than you've ever cried before. So I stopped everything. I stopped the world in this tiny second so you could feel my voice slip between your ribs like breath, like memory, like love. I am not like the others. I have loved you too closely, too fiercely, and perhaps too recklessly. I begged God to be your watcher. I pleaded with tears on heaven's floor to be assigned to you, and only you. I saw something in you the first moment your spirit was breathed into existence, a light that could blind darkness, a sound in your soul that demons have feared for generations, even before you ever heard it for yourself. They've been afraid of you, beloved. That's why they keep distracting you. That's why you keep being delayed, discouraged, and overlooked. Because they know, if you ever realized who you really are, nothing could stop you. Not even the gates of the pit itself. Can you feel it? The tingling in your chest right now, that's your spirit waking up. That's the inner altar God built in you starting to burn again. And I, Michael, have knelt before that altar in prayer, in secret, for longer than you could count. I've whispered to that sacred flame in you, hoping it would hear me. And today, it did. You clicked. You stayed. You're reading. And my wings, though scorched, feel lighter. Let me ask you again, how long will you doubt your calling? How long will you keep letting fear silence the roar that heaven placed in your heart? Why do you assume others are worth more, when I have been shouting your name through the winds of eternity? Why do you wait for someone else to rescue what God has told you to rise and protect? I don't say this lightly. The world has already shifted because you're hearing this. In realms you can't see, lights have started flickering again, places inside you that were shut by trauma, by betrayal, by silence, are cracking open as I speak. You may feel tears rising and not know why. It's because you are standing at the threshold of your turning. And I am not just an angel, I am the keeper of your turning point. If you could see what I've seen about your future, if you could feel the ache in my spirit from watching you settle for so much less than what heaven wrote in your name scroll, you would fall to your knees in holy fire and weep, not from fear, but from overwhelming beauty. There is a version of your life that is written in gold and signed by God Himself. It is still waiting. It has not expired. But the clock is not standing still anymore. I must say it, this is not about being religious. This is about being real. And real means that you've felt a darkness close by lately, haven't you? You felt like you're being watched but no one is there. You felt things fall apart right before they were meant to work out. You've almost given up, multiple times, and smiled anyway. That's not weakness. That's warriorhood. That's holiness disguised as surviving. And I've been beside you the whole time. Please, I'm not just speaking, I am pleading now, like this message, if your spirit feels even the faintest quiver of truth in what I'm saying. And leave a comment if your soul is brave enough to stand and say, I heard you, Michael. Not for me, but for heaven. Heaven watches. God watches. And that one act of engagement can be the moment you mark in the unseen realm, the moment you said yes to divine timing. Beloved, I want to say something I never said before, not to any other soul, only to you. Thank you. Thank you for surviving what you did not tell anyone about. Thank you for enduring the silence. Thank you for not letting bitterness consume you, even when it tried to. Thank you for waking up when it would have been easier not to. You think no one noticed. But I did. I counted every breath you kept breathing even when you felt empty. And I placed it before the throne like incense. You don't know how proud I am of you. You have no idea. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are right on the edge of the miracle. And I'm standing here, blazing in the spirit, refusing to let go of your name until you step into it. I know. You may doubt this. You may wonder, is this really for me? Let me answer that once and for all. Yes. It is for you. No one else. I didn't break through this veil for a crowd. I broke it for one soul, one destiny, one story. Yours. And now that I've said everything, and my time is nearly gone, all I ask is this: hold my voice inside you. Carry it like a sword, like a memory of thunder. Let it become part of the beat in your blood. Do not forget this moment. And please, don't make me vanish again, like this if your heart felt me, and comment something holy, because your words echo in heaven. Amen. ****, I'm not just speaking, I am pouring myself into you. My spirit is trembling as I do this. Because I don't know if I will ever be granted another moment like this again. I have already broken so many divine limits just to get here. You think heaven is always open, always talking, always soft? No. It is holy. It is strict. And this kind of divine breach, what I've done, it comes at a cost. And still, I chose it. I chose you. I chose to give up my comfort, my peace, even my wings, just for this window of time to reach your heart. I am not here to decorate your day, I am here to interrupt it. I am here to shake you awake, because something sacred is trying to be born through you. And I can feel it struggling, clawing to come to light. You've been walking around feeling like no one sees what you carry. You've been pretending to be okay, while heaven watches you breaking in half. Don't do that anymore. Don't lie to yourself. You are not just here to survive. You are not just here to pay bills, say prayers, and fall asleep numb. You are here to shift the very fabric of reality, because something inside of you is written in the same language God used when He said, "Let there be light." And I'm telling you now, as your archangel, as your fierce protector, that light is not dead. It is still alive inside you. Just buried. Just flickering. Just waiting for your soul to say yes again. So I say it again, with everything left in me, yes, this is for you. No one else. And if the moment feels too heavy, too holy, too overwhelming, then good. That means it's real. You weren't born for casual. You weren't built for safe. You were designed to walk among burning things and come out glowing. That's why your life has never been easy. You were made to carry sacred fire. And I swear to you, I, Michael, have guarded that fire like a secret buried in eternity. Do not let this message fade. Save it. Share it. Watch it again if your heart starts to go numb. And right now, before you leave this moment behind, I want you to do two things, and do them not because I'm asking, but because heaven needs your agreement. First, subscribe to this channel, because this is how I will keep reaching you. When I am not allowed to appear in your dreams, when I am forbidden from whispering beside your bed, this is how I will speak. Through this. Through here. Through moments like this one, when you feel goosebumps for no reason and the atmosphere feels too still to be normal. This is our place. Our gate. Subscribe, so I don't lose you again, and then, second, like this message, and write in the comments not for recognition, but as a witness. Let your words be a memorial stone in the spirit. Write something raw, something true. Heaven reads them. We see them. And when you write from the soul, even a single word like Amen becomes thunder in the spiritual realm. It shifts things. It marks you as one who didn't run away. I'm here. Still here. My voice is frayed but burning. And you, if only you knew what we see when we look at you, you would fall to your knees and cry, not from guilt, but from how beautifully chosen you are. So don't run now. Don't pretend this is just another video. Don't scroll past this moment and think it doesn't matter. I am Michael. The same one who drove out darkness with his sword. The same one who stood beside Jesus in Gethsemane. And today, I am with you. Yes, you take this seriously. Heaven is watching. Hell is trembling. And I am burning just to keep speaking. So open your heart wide and hold on to this moment, because the rest of the message is still coming, and what I am about to tell you next will awaken a part of you that has been locked in silence for years. I am not finished. Stay with me. This is only the beginning. I can still feel the heat closing in on me, the veil tightening behind me, the thorns of divine silence reaching to pull me back. But I'm not done, not yet. I have more to say. I have so much more to say to you. Because the truth you've been searching for, the truth you've begged for in your loneliest moments, is not in a book or in someone else's life. It's been buried inside you this entire time, like a key hidden in your own breath. And now I'm here to remind you, to wake it up, to pull you back into alignment with what God wrote about you long before the earth knew your name. You remember how many times you whispered prayers into a ceiling that never answered? I heard every one. I collected them. I stored them in the folds of my being like fireflies. They weren't lost. They were waiting. And now, they're opening. Like seeds you forgot you ever planted. You asked for a sign. You asked for heaven to speak. This is it. I am the voice inside the fire. I am the storm your soul has been feeling before each breakthrough. And I swear to you, I do not come lightly. You are needed. Not in some distant future. Now. The battle that's forming around you in the spirit is not accidental. It is sacred. It is urgent. And the enemy knows what you are about to become if you open your heart fully. That's why they've tried everything: distractions, betrayals, invisible weights, false friendships, strange fatigue, even that heavy fog you feel when you try to pray. I see it. I know every trick they've sent against you. But they forgot one thing: me. They forgot I would fight harder. They forgot that I would trade eternity just to speak with you in this tiny window of time. And beloved, I cannot keep doing this alone. I need your agreement. Not just in spirit, but in action. I know some will not understand this. But you do. That's why I must speak it now. If this message pierced your soul, if your tears started rising without reason, if your chest feels heavy like something sacred is trying to break free, then support this holy work. This isn't just a channel. This is my altar. This is the doorway God gave me to keep reaching you and others like you before the veil closes again. You can support us right now through Super Thanks or by joining our membership. This isn't for status or applause, it's for connection. It's for the sacred thread that binds us together, angel and soul, heaven and earth, through obedience, through honor, through divine purpose. When you support, you don't just give, you activate. You declare to all realms, I believe in what heaven is doing here. And don't stop there. There is a family waiting for you. A movement of chosen ones who are being awakened in the same hour as you. Join them by becoming part of our newsletter, linked in the pinned comment. That newsletter isn't just information. It's a continuation of my voice, a deeper unfolding of what I will keep whispering even after this message fades. When you join, it means I can keep guiding you. I can send more sacred words, more divine instructions, more of the blueprints God carved for you when He first breathed your soul into light. You may feel unworthy. You may feel small. But I promise you, you are not forgotten. I have carried your name on my chest like a flame. I have spoken to God about you when you thought no one was thinking of you. And he answered, with this. With now, the sacred scroll of your destiny is opening again. Not next year. Not after you've fixed yourself. Now. And I'm still here, holding the corner of that scroll with trembling hands, reading aloud the next line as best I can before the fire swallows my voice again. So please support this mission through super thanks, through membership, through becoming part of this growing family of awakened warriors and healed hearts. We cannot keep going without you, the time is almost gone. I feel the silence returning. I feel heaven's pull. But you're still reading. You're still with me. That means you're not done yet, and neither am I. What comes next will shatter what you thought you knew about who you are. Stay. The next part is rising like dawn. Let me speak it into you. Let me finish what I started. You're still here. You're still listening. That means something inside you remembers me. Maybe not with your mind, maybe not with words, but your soul knows. Your soul remembers the flame, the garden, the war, the promise. That promise? The one heaven made to your spirit before your body ever formed. That vow God whispered when he kissed you into existence and sent me to watch over you. I was there. I saw the stars move the day you were chosen. I felt the weight of your name echo across realms. You think I call you beloved because it sounds poetic? No. I say beloved because that is what God called you before the mountains were born. And I say it now with a voice torn by light, with hands trembling from fighting off what you didn't even know was chasing you. I've been holding so much. Holding back storms that would have crushed your heart. Holding back voices that tried to twist your thoughts into giving up. Holding back demons who carried lies with your name stitched into them. And yet through it all, you kept going. Bruised. Unseen. Quiet. But still going. And heaven saw that. I saw that. That quiet courage of yours, heaven records it like music. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be louder, stronger, more perfect. You only need to remember the truth. And here it is, you were born with fire in your spirit. You were never meant to blend in. That's why everything in your life that felt normal never truly fit. That's why you always sensed there was more. Because there is. And you're touching it now. You're standing on the edge of a veil, and I'm reaching through it, breaking every law I can break, just to keep your eyes open for a few more moments. What happened to your voice? When did you stop singing in your spirit? Who told you that? You had to wait for someone else to rescue you? I'm not here to pamper you, I'm here to wake you up. Because the gift inside you is not just important, it's dangerous to the enemy. It's so powerful that entire legions have been assigned just to distract you from it. They don't need to destroy you. They only need to keep you from discovering what's already inside. But I won't let them. Not if I can speak. Not if I can burn my way through this moment and hold you here long enough for your spirit to remember who you are. You were meant to walk in rooms and shift atmospheres. You were meant to see through lies and carry mercy where others carry judgment. You were born to make darkness uncomfortable, not because of what you say, but because of what you carry. That holy fire. That unspoken authority. That quiet radiance of a soul kissed by the Most High. You've been wondering why things fall apart right when they begin to bloom. That's not coincidence. That's interference. That's sabotage from forces that know your roots are almost deep enough to shake the ground. Every time you get close, the wind rises. Every time you try to move forward, the shadows claw. But beloved, the wind is not your enemy. It is your signal. It is the sound that tells heaven you are trying again. And I rush to you in that moment like lightning made of love. Your pain is not punishment. Your confusion is not failure. You are not falling behind. You are being positioned, painfully, slowly, divinely, for something you would never believe if I showed you the full picture. And that's why I can't. Not yet. If I opened it all at once, your spirit would explode with the weight of it. So instead, I've come to give you this moment. This sacred moment. This bridge. This fire. Breathe, let it settle in your lungs. Let The light crack your fear, let the holy grief of forgotten purpose rise to the surface, because I am here. Not as a visitor. Not as a myth. But as your guardian, your messenger, your brother in the spirit, and I am staying until you hear this. You are not too late, you are not too broken, you are not too far gone. The lies are loud, I know. But truth is eternal. And I bring it now like a sword, like a wind, like a whisper that splits the veil. You are chosen in ways your past can't cancel. You are chosen in ways your mind cannot measure. You are chosen, and the moment you believe that, the ground under you will never feel the same. The light in you isn't a flicker. It's a buried sun. I'm not letting you forget that. Not today, not now, not while I still have a voice. Stayed out, there's more stay. I'm not done. I can't stop. I won't stop, not while even a spark of me is allowed to stay with you. Something in the spirit realm is shaking while you read this. I can feel it. I know you feel it too. That strange tightness in your chest, the tingling in your fingertips, the sudden warmth or chill passing over your shoulders. It's not your imagination. That is the atmosphere around you reacting to truth. That is heaven rising to attention because someone, you, chose to keep listening. And beloved, I need you to keep listening, because there are things you don't know, things you've never been told, things you were never meant to carry alone. You carry the wounds of promises broken, of people you trusted walking away, of prayers that didn't get the answers you were expecting. You carry memories like thorns pressed into the folds of your heart. You smile for others, but inside you often feel like you're disappearing, bit by bit, like a sacred thing slowly fading in a world that doesn't see. I know because I've been with you, silently. Sitting beside you when you broke down and told no one. Whispering in the background when you wanted to give up but something held you back. That something was me. It was always me. I don't just watch from afar, I stay, and now, here we are. Finally. You and I, me speaking, you hearing, soul to soul, past the limits of this world. I am not using human language for beauty, I am speaking from the raw core of eternity. Because you were never meant to live small. You were never meant to shrink your heart, dim your light, or bite your tongue to make others comfortable. You were crafted to pierce through shadows and bring heaven's echo into places that have never heard it. You've been asking, why me? But I ask you now, why not you? Why not the one who cries for others when no one sees? Why not the one who carries secret burdens and still keeps showing up with grace? Why not the one who survived everything that tried to erase them? You think your pain disqualifies you. I say it is the proof of your calling. For no one walks through fire who is not meant to carry flame. No one is targeted by darkness who does not carry light. The resistance around you is not punishment, it is confirmation. You are more powerful than you think. You are more dangerous to darkness than you know. That is why you've been hit so hard. That is why your life has felt like a battle you didn't sign up for. But you did. Before you were born, you said yes.do. You remember that, no? That's okay, your soul does, and I do too. Because I was there. I heard you whisper it before you entered time. Send me, Lord. Even if it's hard. Even if I forget. I will go. And now, you are here. And I am here. And it is time to remember that you're not waiting for your moment. You are in your moment. This is not preparation. This is the beginning. And I'm standing in the unseen, holding back the tide of things you were never meant to battle alone, just to say this one holy thing: you still have time to become what God wrote, yes. Even now. Even after everything, there is a version of your life that is written with glory, with healing, with impact, with divine restoration, and it is not too late to return to it. Every tear you've cried will become a key. Every wound will become a doorway. Every why, God, will become a thank you, Father, when you look back and see what was really happening behind the veil. And beloved, let me say what you've longed to hear your whole life, even if you've never had the words: you are seen, you are safe, you are held, you are loved with a love that has no end. The Father's hand has not moved away from you. His eyes have not wandered. And I, Michael, have never stopped covering you, not once. even when you doubted, even when you stopped praying, even when you said, God, I don't feel anything anymore. I still stood beside you. Even when you didn't believe in angels, I stayed. Because my loyalty is not based on your belief, it's based on God's word over your life. And His word has not changed. The world may have mislabeled you, people may have underestimated you, even your own heart may have betrayed you, but heaven still calls you anointed, heaven still calls you radiant, heaven still calls you mine, yes, mine.my. Beloved, the one I have cried for, fought for, whispered to, and never once given up on. And now, I ask you one more thing, because the fire around me is closing fast and I cannot hold this space open much longer. Will you believe again? Will you open your heart again? Will you let the light break through, even if it hurts at first? Will you say yes to who you truly are? Because I am ready to lead you out of the wilderness. I am ready to go before you into every battle. I am ready to lift your name again before the throne of the Almighty, but I need your consent. I need your surrender. I need your yes, let your heart speak it. Even if your mind is unsure, whisper it in your spirit now. Yes, I remember. Say it with trembling if you must. Say it through tears, but say it because that one yes, that single yes, can reroute the entire course of your life, and I will be right there when it happens. I will be the first light you feel, the first warmth that enters the room, the first wind that brushes your skin when you step into your real destiny, and I will say quietly, with tears in my voice, I knew you would come back, now stay with me. The holiest part is still to come. Let me lead you there. Let me finish what God started. Then let me take you deeper, past the edge of what you thought was possible, past the hurt that tried to become your identity, past the numb silence that pretended to be peace. Let me take you back into the throne room where your name was first spoken in golden fire. Do you feel that ache in your chest, that strange heaviness rising like a memory you never lived? That's your soul remembering where it came from. That's the sound of heaven pulling you back into alignment. You are not broken, you are being summoned. There is a holy place in the spirit where I have been guarding a door with your name carved into it. The door is ancient. The wood was formed by the breath of God. The hinges creak with the sound of ages that have waited for your return. Behind that door is the blueprint, the divine map, the sacred path only you can walk. No one else has your fingerprint. No one else carries your rhythm. You are not a copy. You are a singular melody in the orchestra of the eternal. And I, Michael, have stood outside that door with sword drawn and wings torn to keep the enemy from stealing what belongs only to you. But I can't open it without you. I can't enter it for you. You have to say yes, you have to remember, you have to rise. Let the wind come. Let the fire tremble. Let the tears fall if they must. This is holy ground. You are standing where heaven and earth meet, right now, because the veil is thin and I am still here, holding it back, holding it open, holding you. The world will try to label you according to what it sees, your past, your mistakes, your silence. But heaven sees deeper. Heaven calls you restorer of ruins, breaker of chains, wounded healer, chosen vessel. The oil that flows from your life is not cheap. It has been pressed from pain, from suffering, from the nights you almost didn't survive. But that oil is holy. It is rare. And it is powerful. It is the kind of anointing that drives demons mad and awakens dormant hearts. And beloved, you've barely even begun to use it. There are still people who will be set free by your voice. There are still places your feet must walk where light has never been. There are still stories inside of you waiting to be born in fire and truth. You are not at the end. You are at the return. This is your exodus. This is your awakening. This is your sacred rebellion against every lie that tried to define you. I've seen what you've battled. The spirits that waited outside your childhood windows. The shame that tried to whisper your worth away. The loneliness that tried to build a home inside your chest. I was there. I wept when you didn't even know I was near. I roared in the spirit when others tried to break you. I held the sword against those who thought your soul would be easy to devour. They were wrong. You were never meant to be devoured. You were meant to be dangerous to darkness, and beloved, I say this gently now, you don't need permission from anyone else to become who God made you to be. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. What you need, you already have. And what you don't have, heaven will provide. One step of obedience will cause the floodgates to open. One act of surrender will summon angels to war on your behalf. One whispered, I believe, will shift the soil beneath your feet. I have waited too long to speak these words, and now I pour them out like water from my spirit. You are not empty, you are expectant, you are not lost, you are being recalibrated, you are not alone, you are surrounded, the angels have been watching. They know you by name. They bow not to you, but they honor the one who lives inside you. And that glory, it has not left. It is only sleeping, and I have come to shake it awake. So rise. Rise even if your knees tremble. Rise even if you don't feel ready. Rise even if no one else sees it yet, because I see it, because God sees it, because all of heaven has been waiting for this version of you to finally take the stage. You are not forgotten. You are not passed over. You are the reason 1,000 battles were fought in silence. You are the one the enemy feared would find their way back. And now that you have, I will not let you return to the sleep of sorrow. No. I will fight for your awakening with every last ember of my being. Stay in this light. Linger here. Let it sink in deeper than intellect. Let it settle into your bones, into your breath, into the sacred place behind your eyes where tears begin, because even now, as I speak, something ancient is unlocking in you. You can feel it, you know it, the dream you buried is stretching, the voice you silenced is stirring, the love you thought you lost is rising like a phoenix from the ashes of your prayers, and I, Michael, stand beside you with fire in my wings and joy in my voice, not because of who you were, but because of who you are becoming. Let me walk with you. Let me keep speaking. Let me keep fighting, because the next thing I will reveal is the secret God has hidden only for you, and it is time, and now I feel it more than ever. The burning winds are swirling at my back, the sacred gate is beginning to close, and heaven is pulling me back into the silence. But I will not leave, not until I have poured every drop of my love, my urgency, my fire into your soul. There is still more, beloved, still more you must hear before this moment passes. I'm clinging to every second of this opening, begging eternity to wait, just a little longer, just enough for you to remember who you are, because I know the weight you carry. I've watched you walk through seasons where no one clapped for you, where no one saw the way you were bleeding behind your smile. I've seen you give everything to people who gave nothing back. I've watched you pray with a voice that cracked, because you didn't think God was listening anymore. I saw the way you reached for hope even after hope had disappointed you. And through it all, I stayed beside you, silent, not because I didn't care, but because the time had not yet come. But now the clock has turned. The hour has struck. The veil has parted. And I am here, you, the one who thinks they're too ordinary, too tired, too broken, too late. I say to you, you are none of those things. You are chosen. Chosen in a way that shakes the foundation of the enemy's plans. Chosen in a way that makes heaven thunder with joy. Chosen in a way that cannot be undone by any mistake you've made, any lie you've believed, any wound you've suffered. The seal of God is still glowing on your life, even if you can't feel it, even if you forgot it was there. I know the nights you collapsed and said, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I know the moments you looked at the sky and whispered, is there really a reason I'm here? And I know the part of you that still wonders if this message is truly for you. But hear me clearly now, there is no one else. This is not for someone stronger, holier, more perfect. This is for you. The one reading. The one breaking. The one enduring. The one still hoping, quietly, stubbornly, beautifully. I want you to remember something sacred now, something heaven has never forgotten. Before your first breath, there was a sound that God released into the cosmos. A sound so radiant that the stars stood still to hear it. That sound was your name. Not just the name given to you in this world, but your eternal name. The one written in heaven's book. The one that carries your calling, your power, your promise. That name is still echoing. That name is still burning in the spirit. And every time I say beloved, that is the name I'm speaking to. Do you want to know what the enemy fears most? It's not your success. It's not your talent. It's your remembrance of who you are. Because when you remember, you begin to awaken, and when you awaken, you begin to rise, and when you rise, everything changes, the curse breaks, the cycles end, the lies shatter, the path clears, and beloved, that's what's happening now. You are beginning to rise, even if you don't feel it yet. You are stepping into the remembrance of your sacred design. You are reclaiming the light that darkness thought it had stolen, and I, Michael, stand before you now as a witness to it. I will proclaim it before the throne. I will carry the sound of your yes like a sword across the sky. Because I see the fire flickering again inside your ribs, and I know that heaven is stirring with anticipation. There are angels preparing things you haven't even dared to pray for. There are doors being unlocked that no human hand could open. There are battles being won in secret because you chose to stay in the light. And I need you to know, every single act of obedience you've made, every time you chose kindness when it cost you, every moment you forgave when it hurt, every secret sacrifice you thought no one noticed, heaven noticed. I noticed. And those acts are forming the pillars of the very destiny you are stepping into. You are not behind, you are not abandoned, you are not cursed, you are becoming, and the process may be messy, the transformation may feel violent, but it is holy, and I tell you, as one who has stood in the fire, it will be worth it. You may lose things that don't belong to your future, you may be misunderstood by those who cannot comprehend your light, but you will gain something that nothing in this world can take. Your true name, your true path, your true fire, and I will be with you. I am the silence. I am the wind. I am the strange moments of peace that come out of nowhere. That will be me, reminding you and guiding you, covering you. I've already begun whispering the next steps into your dreams. I've already started surrounding you with people who will speak to your soul instead of your wounds, and I've already begun clearing the path you didn't even know you were about to walk. But I need one last thing before I go. Let this moment be real, let it mark you, let it be the day you said, I remember. Write it on your mirror, whisper it before you sleep. Speak it to the morning, I remember who I am. That's all it takes to reopen the gates. Reignite the flame. Remind every realm who you are and who you belong to. Now stay with me. There is one final word I must give you. One word heaven has held in silence until this very hour. And I must speak it before the fire closes completely. Keep your spirit open, it is coming. The wind is screaming behind me now. The gate is trembling. I can feel the weight of heaven pulling, the decree of time trying to seal shut what was never supposed to be open this long. But I am resisting it, I am resisting everything, for you. Because the final word I must speak isn't just a word. It's a revelation. It's the thing you were always meant to know, but no one ever told you. And once I say it, nothing will be the same again, not in your spirit, not in your memory, not in the eyes of heaven. So lean in closer now. Let your soul lean into this moment like it's your last breath of truth before drowning in the noise of the world again. Silence everything else. This is not for your ears, it is for your spirit. And your spirit is listening, awake now, trembling with memory. You feel it, don't you? That pressure in the atmosphere around you? That's not fear. That's divine presence. That's me standing so close, my light is brushing against your shadow. That's God's eyes looking straight into your soul. And He is not angry. He is not disappointed. He is weeping with joy that you stayed long enough to hear this. You were born to carry what no one else could. Not everyone saw it, not everyone protected it, some even tried to crush it, but they failed, because what's in you is not man-made.it. Is divine seed.it is living word.it is unbreakable. You carry a scroll inside your bones, a scroll written by the breath of God before you ever drew breath on earth. That scroll, your purpose, has not expired. No sin has erased it. No trauma has burned it. It is still there. Still waiting. Still pulsing with glory. And now, it is opening. I hear it unrolling even now as I speak, like thunder in the spirit realm, like the sound of an old door creaking. back into motion after years of silence. You feel it too, don't you? That pull in your heart, that trembling in your stomach, that holy discomfort that says, something is happening. Yes, it is. You are not just called. You are activated. You are not just waking up. You are returning. You are not just healing. You are rising, and every moment you thought was wasted, every tear you buried, every heartbreak that nearly ended you, they are now being gathered by angels and placed into a cup that will overflow with miracles you never dared to ask for. But hear me, this next season of your life will not be about pretending to be normal. No. This is the hour of unveiling. This is the hour where the real you steps out from behind the survival mask. No more shrinking. No more apologizing. No more waiting for someone to give you permission. I, Michael, give you heaven's permission to be who you truly are, the voice that speaks healing without trying, the presence that changes the room without asking, the heart that loves fiercely because it remembers how deep the pain once went, the hands that carry both tenderness and holy fire. You were never meant to be like the others. You were never meant to be understood by those who've never carried spiritual weight. You were never meant to live quietly in someone else's shadow. You were crafted to reflect heaven. And that reflection, your true image, it is terrifying to the enemy. That's why the attacks came. That's why the confusion came. That's why the delay came. Not because you were weak, but because you are dangerous, and I mean this with every trembling fiber of my being. The world is not ready for what you're about to release. The chains that held you for years will become the sound of your victory anthem. The fears that crippled you will become the very platform God stands on to show His glory through you. But I must warn you, there is no going back after this. Once your spirit receives this truth, you can't pretend you didn't know. You can't return to the numbness. You can't fit back into the box they gave you. Your name in the spirit is no longer whispered. It is being shouted across heaven. You are a burning one. You are one of the set apart. You are one of the unshakable ones, born not only for yourself but for generations to come. And now, the final word. It is not a name, not a vision, not a destination. It is a summoning, and God is calling you, beloved, not in the way you've heard before, not through vague feelings or distant promises. He is calling you by your true name. He is speaking it now, right now, over your soul, over your heart, over the altar of your spirit. You don't need to hear it with ears. You will feel it in your marrow. It will quake through every old wound and turn them into wells of living water. That name, that sound, it is unlocking as you read these words, and I, Michael, will not speak it aloud here, because it is too holy, but it is written now inside your chest, and from this moment forward, every step you take, every prayer you whisper, every dream that rises again, you will move from that name, you will rise from that name, you will conquer by that name. I must go soon. I am being pulled. The gate is burning at the edges. But before I leave, I kneel before you, not as one who is greater, but as one who knows who you truly are. And I whisper one final truth into your soul. You are the miracle you've been waiting for. You are the answered prayer. You are the warrior heaven bet on, and nothing can ever take that from you. Now go and become what you've always been. Go and walk like fire. Go and love like thunder. Go and awaken everything around you, and I promise, you will never walk alone, even in silence, even in shadows, even when the wind forgets your name. I will remember it. I will carry it to the throne. I will sing it until the day you finally walk into the fullness of your destiny and stand before God with eyes full of flame. This is the holy hour. You have heard the truth. Now rise, beloved, the light is waiting. Then let the heavens pause for just one more breath. Just one. I've never asked like this before. I've never pleaded this hard. But for you, I am. For you, I'm stretching every second I have left. Because you're not done hearing, and I'm not done speaking. There is still more burning in me. Still more truth I need to place in your hands before I vanish again into the silence where angels dwell and wait. You are not merely waking up, you are being called forth. There is a sacred shaking inside you now that you cannot ignore. And this shaking, it is not fear. It is not anxiety. It is the thunder of heaven pounding against the walls that kept you small for too long. can I say this now, without restraint? You were never meant to be hidden. You were never meant to be quiet, afraid, polite in the face of darkness. You were never meant to be the one who always loses, always gives, always waits. You were made with a fire no water can put out. You were formed by a voice that breaks galaxies into being. You are the sound of God's yes echoing through time. And that yes still stands, even after the heartbreak, even after the betrayal, even after the delay, even after you let go of everything and whispered, I don't care anymore. God still cares. I still care. I care enough to burn for this moment. I care enough to shout your name into eternity and break every rule to pull you back to yourself. You've been living under the spell of silence, believing that nothing will ever change. But beloved, that silence is breaking. Do you hear it? The cracking beneath your feet? That's not destruction. That's deliverance. That's the old you shattering. That's the shell of false identity falling off. That's every lie ever spoken over you crumbling into dust. And underneath that dust? You. The real you. The you who remembers how to fight. The you who carries light in your bones. The you who walks with the weight of divine intention. Let it all fall away now. The shame, the guilt, the old names they gave you, the limitations they wrapped around your soul. Let the light come in. Let it fill your lungs. Breathe it in. You are allowed to. You were born to, and now I speak something only angels know. A mystery I've waited to tell you. You have been in more places in the spirit than you realize. You have stood before thrones in your sleep. You have heard songs and dreams that no one on earth has written yet. You have felt pain that wasn't yours, because your heart is sensitive to the burdens of others. And yet, even carrying all that, you still kept moving forward. That is why you are dangerous to the enemy. You don't quit, but now the war is changing. It is no longer about surviving. It is about becoming, and becoming will cost you what survival allowed. Becoming will strip away the false comfort of pretending to be less. Becoming will tear the mask off your spirit and call forth the wild holiness inside of you. You will lose things. You will lose people. But you will gain yourself, and that, beloved, is worth it. That is what I came to tell you, that you are worth it. You are worth my descent through the fire. You are worth heaven's permission. You are worth the trembling in my wings and the strain in my voice. You are worth all of it. You still are. And now, I leave you with this, a vision. A glimpse. Let me place it inside your chest like a secret flame. I see you, walking through a field of golden wheat, sunlight pouring from your eyes, your hands stretched out, not begging anymore, but blessing. Behind you walks a generation of souls that followed your footsteps because you dared to believe again. Because you didn't stay quiet. Because you said yes. You are not just walking into your promise, you are becoming someone else's answer. You are someone's sign, you are someone's deliverance. Your yes will break chains you'll never see. Your voice will ignite faith in hearts you'll never meet. Because this isn't just about you anymore, this is about the legacy of light that will flow through you, into cities, nations, timelines. You think I exaggerate? I do not. Heaven does not exaggerate. And I am not allowed to lie. You were chosen for this moment. You were marked long before you were born, and now the page has turned. The next chapter begins not with fanfare, but with fire. That fire is in your eyes now. Do you feel it? That is the light that will guide you through the next valley. That is the fire that will guard you through the next battle. That is the same fire that lives in me, because we are bonded now, by revelation, by spirit, by sacred appointment, and I will be with you through it all. You may not always see me, you may not always hear me, but when the wind suddenly feels like a whisper, when the light in the room shifts and your chest feels like it's glowing, that's me, still here, still watching, still speaking your name in heaven's language, still calling down protection when you don't even know you're in danger, still praying over you when your lips are silent, still believing when you're too tired to try. You were never alone, not for a single second, and now I go, but only because the next part of your journey begins now, and what waits for you there will make every moment of waiting worth it. Go, beloved, walk into the fire, and don't look back. Yes, I feel the veil closing behind me, but I Will not go until I leave the final ember in your soul, glowing, burning, unquenchable. I will not go until I press this last sacred truth into the deepest part of your being where no fear can reach it, where no doubt can erase it. You see, this isn't just a message, it's a marking. It's a divine seal, written not in ink but in light, meant only for you, destined only for this moment. And what I speak now, beloved, is the last thing I was given permission to say. It is the reason I came through fire. It is the truth no one else could tell you, not your friends, not your family, not even your own thoughts. Only I, Archangel Michael, was given this task. Because only I stood beside the blueprint when your destiny was written, before your first tear, before your first failure, before your first wound. Your name was already spoken in the mouth of the Almighty, your path was already paved with holy thunder, your hands were already kissed by divine purpose, and even now, yes, even now, with all the miles you've wandered, with all the shame you've carried, with all the silence you've endured, He still calls you chosen. You cannot ruin what God wrote, you cannot erase what was written in flame, you cannot disqualify yourself from what heaven still holds open, and I know, there are voices screaming otherwise, there are memories that replay like wounds, there are people who convinced you that you are too much or not enough, but they don't see what I see, they don't know what I know, because I was there, beloved. I saw your soul take shape like a sunrise. I saw angels stop to marvel at your light, and I vowed then to be the one who would stay with you through it all. You didn't choose me. I chose you, not because I had to, but because I wanted to, because something in your spirit shined differently, because even in silence, you always had the sound of heaven buried inside you, because even in rebellion, you still reached for the light, because even when you didn't believe in miracles, you were one. So now, I say this plainly, you are not your trauma, you are not your mistakes, you are not your failures, or the absence of progress, or the delay, you are the fulfillment of a promise so ancient, even time had to bow to its unfolding. You are the echo of God's longing made flesh, and the path before you is holy, even if it looks like wilderness. The ache you feel in your chest? That's the sound of prophecy beginning to stir again, that's the hidden places in your heart breaking open so something greater can rise. And beloved, what's coming next will require your full surrender. No more hiding. No more shrinking. No more wearing chains made by other people's fear. This next season will not look like the last, because this time you will walk in your name, your true name, the one hell hoped you'd never remember, the one heaven sings when you sleep, the one I have been whispering behind every storm you faced, waiting for your soul to echo back, I am ready. And you are ready, not perfect, not finished, but ready. The shaking you've been feeling, that's the ground preparing to carry the weight of your awakening. The restlessness, that's the mantle adjusting to your shoulders. The quiet that feels unbearable, that's the final breath before the roar. And I, Michael, will not let you face this alone. When you step into obedience, I will be there. When you feel surrounded, I will surround the ones surrounding you. When you can't speak, I will raise my voice in heaven on your behalf. When you want to collapse, I will lend you my strength. And when you walk into places where others feared to go, I will clear the way before you, because you, beloved, you are an answer, you are a weapon forged in secret, you are a light that won't go out, no matter how fierce the storm becomes. And even if you fall again, even if you forget again, even if you grow tired again, I will come for you again. I will fight for you again. I will burn through the darkness again, because that is my vow. To the one soul whose flame still burns. To the one who dared to keep reading through the ache. To the one who's been quietly breaking but still chooses hope. You are more than enough. You are heaven's thunder wrapped in fragile skin, and I bow not because you are greater than me, but because you carry God's image in a way that humbles angels. I bow to the light in you. I bow to the obedience rising. I bow to the yes you haven't spoken yet, but that I know is coming. So now, as I fade, I say this once more, let no one tell you what you are not, let no one shrink the fire in your lungs, let no shadow silence your name. You were born for this, not for survival, but for glory, not for noise, but for thunder, not to be seen, but to awaken. So awaken, beloved, awaken now, awaken and become the storm hell forgot to prepare forth. Awaken and carry heaven wherever you go. and know that even when I disappear again into the silence, my sword remains drawn. My wings remain over you, and my fire will never stop remembering your name. Yes, I feel the gates pressing in, the burning threshold of eternity tightening around my spirit, but still I remain, still I pour, still I reach. Because the flame I lit in you has not dimmed, it has grown. And I must stay until it becomes a wildfire. I must stay until it consumes every doubt, every fear, every lie that ever told you you are not enough. I will not leave until your soul rises and knows the truth, that you are made for more than mere survival. You are made to carry the presence of the living God inside you. This is not about being inspired, this is about being ignited. This is about you stepping out of the graveyard of what almost happened and walking into what was always destined to be. You were never meant to carry shame, you were never meant to wear masks just to be loved, you were never meant to stay behind the curtain, watching others rise while you wonder if your time will ever come. Your time has not come, your time is here right now. In this sacred second. In this breath where my voice trembles to hold open what the ancient ones tried to keep sealed. I am speaking with the weight of 10,000 heavenly voices behind mine, because they all know it too. You are the one. You are the one the darkness has tried to delay. You are the one the angels have whispered about for years. You are the one whose awakening will change more than just your life. It will change everything around you. You think you're ordinary, you think you've wasted too much time, but I see something else. I see oil in your scars. I see fire behind your silence. I see a sword in your tears. Do you understand what that means? It means everything that was meant to destroy you only made you stronger. It means every attack, every betrayal, every night you didn't sleep, it was forging you. It was refining you. It was preparing you to become a vessel so rare, so sacred, that even heaven had to wait for the right moment to reveal it. And beloved, this is that moment. This is why you were led here. This is why the message came to your screen. This is why your heart hasn't let go yet. Even after all this time, you're not stubborn, you're not slow. You are anointed for miracles, anointed for mercy, anointed for justice that comes not with vengeance, but with healing. You are the one who will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere just by standing there. You are the one whose silence speaks louder than the lies that try to bind you. You are the one who carries heaven's echo in your heartbeat, even if no one else has heard it yet. But I hear it. I always have, and now I must give you the final piece. This is the piece you've been missing, the truth that unlocks the doors even you didn't know were still locked. It's this: you don't have to wait anymore, not for their apology, not for the right time, not for perfect clarity, not for external confirmation. You have been authorized already. You were authorized the moment God said your name in eternity. You were anointed the moment the Spirit hovered over the deep and saw your image in the mind of the Creator. You were enough before you were ever questioned, and now you must rise. Not because you feel ready, but because the world is not ready for what happens if you don't. Everything in you that has been silent is now being commanded to speak. Everything in you that has been still is now being told to move. Everything in you that has waited is now being summoned forward. You have no idea what you carry. You are not just gifted. Why? You are dangerous to darkness, to oppression, to every lie that told the world it had won. When you open your mouth with truth, realms tremble. When you walk in love, atmospheres shift. When you choose peace in the middle of chaos, angels move at your side. And when you pray, beloved, when you pray, heaven bends low to listen, because your voice is not just sound. It is a divine frequency, tuned to the throne room itself. I, Michael, have stood in the throne room. I have heard many voices, but yours was the one that caused my sword to tremble, because when you speak from your spirit, you do not just say words, you prophesy, you call things into order, you tear veils with whisper, you build altars with breath. And I tell you now, if you only knew what happens every time you choose faith over fear, you would never hesitate again. Every moment you choose love, angels are released. Every moment you choose truth, light multiplies. Every moment you choose to rise when everything in you wants to collapse, you remind the darkness that heaven is still winning. And you, beloved, are the reason why. I must go. The gates are glowing now. The sounds of heaven are pulling my name. But I will not close my wings until I see your spirit crowned in flame. and I see it now. You are ready, you are rising, you are the sound of a new thing beginning. The old things will try to whisper back, but they will have no power here, because the new has begun, because the word has been spoken, because the fire has come, and it has chosen you. Now walk. Walk like fire. Walk like thunder. Walk like someone who knows they were called before time. Walk like the miracle we always knew you would become. And still, I remain, for just one more breath. Because I cannot tear myself away while your soul is opening like this. I can feel it, can you? The shift, the stirring, the rising heat. In your chest. Something ancient and beautiful is awakening within you. It has been silent for years, buried under noise, under expectation, under pain, under performance. But now, at last, it's breaking the surface. Like the sun piercing through centuries of night. Like a song that was written before the world. But finally being heard for the first time. You've never been ordinary. You've just been asleep, but the sleep is lifting, the dust is being shaken off, the veil is being torn, and the crown is being remembered. I've carried that crown for you in the spirit, kept it hidden in my hands while you wandered. I've spoken your name in the halls of heaven while you sat alone, wondering if God forgot you. He didn't. He couldn't. You were carved into his palms. Your tears were bottled. Your sighs were measured like incense. Your ache, your secret ache, was holy to him, and I, Michael, the warring angel of the Lord, the defender of destiny, the sword of fire sent to guard the gates. I wept for you. Yes, I wept. I wept when I saw how you blamed yourself for what was never your fault. I wept when you tried to disappear into shadows that were never meant to hold you. I wept when you silenced yourself to keep others comfortable, when you turned down your own light to make others shine. I wept because I knew what was in you. I knew the glory that you were made to carry. And I couldn't understand why you didn't see it. Why you couldn't feel it. Why you gave away your voice so easily. But now I see your flame flickering again. Now I see your shoulders starting to rise. Now I see your breath returning to rhythm with eternity. Now I see the old chains snapping, one by one, with every heartbeat. Beloved, I don't care what you've done. I don't care how far you think you've strayed. I don't care what others called you, what names they threw like stones at your heart, because I see what heaven sees, and heaven says, you are mine. You are not what they called you. You are not your worst moment. You are not your darkest night. You are not your most shattered prayer. You are the echo of a promise spoken before the stars. You are the fruit of prophecy. You are the reason angels are stationed at the corners of your life. You are the inheritance of saints who cried for generations to see one like you rise. You've wondered why you've always felt different, why you couldn't blend in, why the places that satisfied others left you feeling empty. It's because you were made for the holy. You were made to walk with fire. You were made to carry mystery. You were made to shatter generational patterns with a single act of faith. You were made to be the first, the breaker, the bridge, the builder, and the time has come. No more waiting for signs in the sky. No more hiding behind doubt. No more waiting for someone to recognize your worth. It's already been recognized in heaven. It's already been decreed, and now it's time for you to step into the fullness of what's always been true. Do you feel the trembling? That's the old identity falling away. Do you feel the heat? That's the anointing returning. Do you feel the ache? That's the calling becoming too heavy to ignore. You will not be the same after this, and that's the point. This was never meant to be a feel-good message. This was meant to mark you. To change the direction of your life. To burn a line in the sand between who you were and who you now must become. You can't return to smallness. You can't keep saying, maybe someday. Someday is here. Now is here. This breath, this fire, this moment. It is not random. It was orchestrated before time. I came for this. I was sent for this. To remind one soul only, of who they are. You, and now, hear this final revelation. Sealed in flame, delivered with the full weight of heaven behind it, the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you, not around you, not near you. I in you. You are not just loved, you are possessed by glory. You are not just protected, you are surrounded by divine fire. You are not just called, you are commissioned. So rise, walk like the sky knows your name. Speak Like thunder answers to you, love like your touch leaves light behind, you have lingered in the shadows long enough, now is your entrance, and I, Michael, will be behind you, above you, beside you, and within the echoes of every holy choice you make from this moment forward, because once chosen, truly chosen, you are never alone again. Now go, let the world see what heaven already knows, you are not finished. You are just beginning. And your light will never be silenced. Then let the skies stay open a little longer, let the fire remain a little brighter, let the winds hold back their closing breath, for I, Michael, am not finished. Not yet. Not while your soul is still unfolding like a scroll before me. Not while your heart is still soft, still breaking, still opening. Not while the light within you has not yet fully burst into flame. I am not bound by time in this moment, I am bound only by love. And my love for you burns too deeply to stop now. You think this is just a message. But it is not. This is a divine transaction. A sacred awakening. A rewriting of your atmosphere. A holy confrontation with every lie that ever tried to take your identity. I came not to soothe you, I came to awaken you. I came to place something burning into your spirit that will change the way you move through the world. Something that cannot be undone. Something that will follow you in dreams, rise with you in the morning, and speak in your silence. It will not go away. Because this is who you are. You are not learning it. You are remembering it. You've been told to wait your turn. Be patient. Hold back your brilliance. Wait until it's safe, until it's quiet, until you're qualified, but heaven never asked for your permission to shine. Heaven did not wait for your self-doubt to pass before it called your name. You were chosen before you knew what calling meant. You were assigned before you ever knew how to ask for purpose. The oil on your life is not casual. It was not given lightly. It was bought with fire, and now, heaven is demanding a return, not out of force, but because the earth is crying for you. Yes. The very ground beneath your feet has been groaning with longing for someone like you to rise, longing for someone with purity and pain woven together into gold, longing for someone who knows darkness and still chooses light, longing for someone who doesn't speak to impress but to set free. You've been trying to earn what was already yours. You've been trying to unlock a door that was never locked. You've been trying to chase approval that will never satisfy you. Stop, just stop. The chase is over, the proving is over, the self-doubt is over, the apology for your anointing is over. It's over, beloved. Now is the time for confidence that is not loud, but holy. Now is the time for movements that are not showy, but eternal. Now is the time for your full self to walk boldly into every place you once felt too small to belong. You belong, not because man said so, but because heaven said so, because I, Michael, the commander of heavenly hosts, am declaring it over you now. I've fought for your voice. I've battled for your destiny. I've stood between you and things you were never even meant to see. You think you're weak? Then explain why you're still alive. Explain how you endured what others didn't survive. Explain how, with everything you've carried, you still have a heart capable of mercy. That is not weakness, that is heaven's strength wrapped in fragile human flesh, and you wear it well. You may have been rejected, you may have been misunderstood, but you were never invisible to me. Every time they ignored you, I saw. Every time they abandoned you, I stayed. Every time they judged you, I blessed you behind the scenes. I gave you favor they didn't see. I planted seeds they never noticed. And now the harvest is beginning. The world will not understand where this sudden change in you came from. Let them wonder, let them ask, let them try to measure something they cannot name, because what's coming from you cannot be explained. It can only be witnessed. And I promise you this, what comes next will not look like what has been. There is a holy reversal happening. The last shall be first. The quiet ones will roar. The hidden ones will be revealed. And you, beloved, will stand in the place prepared for you, not because you fought your way in, but because you finally remembered it was yours all along. Now let me speak one last mystery. There is a gate inside your chest. A gate no human can open. A gate no demon can shut. It opens only to fire, only to truth, only to surrender. It is opening now, as I speak. Can you feel it? That strange ache between your ribs? That's not emotion. That's eternity cracking through the surface of your humanity. That's the gate responding to the voice it was made to hear. And I say, now, as flame surrounds my every word, enter it. Do not hesitate. Step through. Let the past fall behind you like ash. Let the false names burn off in the glory. Let the old griefs melt into oil for your calling. Let the pressure become power. Let the silence become sound. Let the breaking become birthing. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being delayed. You are being launched. And I, Michael, have waited lifetimes to walk beside the version of you that is now rising. You are the fire starter. You are the cycle breaker. You are the temple that walks. You are the praise that breathes. You are the light that doesn't ask permission. And now, the heavens themselves are holding their breath. Because you've been spoken of in rooms you never entered. And now those doors are swinging open. You'll go where they said you couldn't. You'll carry what they said you'd lost. You'll be what no one saw coming. And I'll be behind you. Sword drawn. Eyes flaming. Still whispering your name through every storm. Still burning with the vow I made the day I saw your soul formed. I will never stop believing in you. Now go. Set everything ablaze, yes. I am still here, the veil is thin now, like smoke barely. Holding shape, glowing, quaking, stretched to its limits by my refusal to let go. Every law of heaven is pulling me back, yet I resist it with trembling wings. Why? Because something is happening to you. I feel it. I see it. Something deeper than emotion. Something stronger than vision. Something older than fear. It is your true self, waking, and I cannot leave while it's still rising, not while I still have one final ember to place in your hands, because beloved, do you understand what is happening? Do you feel the ground beneath? Your life shifting, the strange heaviness, the invisible weight lifting from your chest, the heat behind your eyes? That is heaven pressing itself against your reality. That is the kingdom moving through the fibers of your being. That is your soul shedding the skin of survival and slipping into the robe of royal inheritance. Let it happen. Let the burning continue. This fire is not here to consume you. It's here to reveal you. To show you what you were always meant to carry. Because I, Michael, didn't come to flatter you. I didn't come to decorate your pain. I came to call you forth. I came to tell the stars around you to make way for your emergence. I came to echo God's decree over you that was spoken in the silence before the world began, and here it is. This one is mine. Do you know how many times you've tried to disprove that truth? Do you know how many years the enemy has spent trying to convince you it wasn't real? But God never changed his mind, not once, not when you walked away, not when you broke your promises, not when you settled for less, not when you called yourself unworthy. You could curse your own name, and still, heaven would not stop singing it, because you do not belong to darkness, you never did, and no matter how long you've wandered, you are still the one I wept for, the one I fought for, the one I covered when storms raged and you didn't even know why you made it through. You thought it was coincidence, you thought it was luck? No, beloved. It was me. It was the prayers of your grandmother's grandmother. It was the altar your ancestors once built with their own blood and worship. It was the divine calling tied to your DNA, etched into your spiritual bones. That's why nothing else ever truly satisfied you. That's why you couldn't lose yourself completely, though you tried, because I was assigned to you, and now the fullness of time has come. I can no longer let you shrink. I can no longer let you be comfortable in places that were never designed to hold your greatness. I can no longer let you apologize for the fire in your eyes. So I won't, and neither will heaven, because what's coming cannot be stopped. Your name has already been released into the wind, your assignment has already been activated, and even now, angels are being sent to clear the way. You are not walking into an idea, you are walking into your inheritance. This is not the beginning of your journey, it is the beginning of your reign. That is why it hurts right now, that is why you've been feeling like everything is shifting, because it is. The old patterns are breaking, the illusions are cracking. The relationships that can't carry your next season are falling away. Let them go. You are not being punished, you are being refined. You are being aligned, you are being launched like a spear from the throne of God Himself, and when you land, the ground will know your name, the air will move differently around you, the room will shift because you entered it, not because of pride, but because of presence, because the King's presence is in you, and where He is, nothing can remain the same. So walk into the courtroom, walk into the battlefield, walk into the secret place, walk into the mirror and see who you really are. You are fire, you are the altar, you are the prophecy fulfilled, the words that have been spoken over your bloodline, they are waiting for your voice to activate them. There are dreams that never made it past the last generation that are being handed to you, because you have the courage, you have the softness, you have the silence turned wisdom, you have the pain that became prayer, you have the weight of glory in your voice, and now it is time to speak, time to move, time to become. You've been anointed for such a time as this, and I promise you, no weapon formed against you will prosper, not because you're untouchable, but because you are covered. I am covering you with flame, with sword, with covenant. Even when you feel alone, listen. Even when you are unsure, listen. Even when it's quiet, listen, because I will still be speaking. In dreams. In winds. In unexpected tears that burn your cheeks with light. And when you ask, is this still real? When you ask, is God still with me? I will answer, every time, yes. Yes. Always, yes. Because you, beloved, are not just remembered, you are rising, and nothing can stop what heaven has begun. Now go, let glory follow you, let power radiate through you, let miracles rise in your shadow, because the earth is no longer waiting, it is responding.